Dear children, welcome all of you. How are you? You must have learnt a lot of life skills at home during this long vacation which we have all got because of this pandemic. We should all learn to be happy. We should all learn to accept the changes that we have now got to accustom ourselves to. I now welcome all of you to the 9th standard First Language English School Readiness Program. Are you ready for the school? Yes, the new kind of a school. Now, do you know, children, that most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They only listen with the intent to reply. Think about this. Now, let us listen in this session to a very motivating speech. Yes, before that, it is very important for all of you to take notes while you are listening. Are you ready with your writing materials? Yes. Let's move on to the listening session now. Do you know this person? Yes, some of you may know, some of you may not. He is Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. He was a very motivating army officer.
The Sword of Honor, the gold and silver medals, the banner awarded to the best company are cherished moments in the rear view mirror of time.
Many changes are taking place, but one thing remains the same, that is, your task and your duty. You are required to ensure the security of this country against any aggressor. What does that mean to you? It means that you should have to fight and fight to win. There is no room for the loser. If you lose, don't come back. You would have disgraced the country. The country won't accept you. The people of cities, towns, villages, where you come from, won't look at you. Even your gharwali will despise you. When I look around, I see parents, I see relations, I see friends who are looking at you with trust and guile. Make sure, gentlemen, that you don't betray the trust or their pride. May the winds of fortune blow kindly upon you, and may good luck attenuate all your deeds. I wish you great success. Thank you.
The difference between a bad and a good army is not only a matter of equipment, but also of something in the human spirit. Mere enthusiasm is not enough. Fervor must be controlled, trained, and guided. For 70 years, the Indian Military Academy, nestled in the lap of the Himalayas, has done just that.
Till now, you have heard the motivating speech of Sam Bahadur. Now, are you ready for some comprehension questions, children? You are required to ensure the security of this country against any aggressor. To whom is Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw addressing his speech here? Correct. To the cadets of the Indian Military Academy. Now, we'll move on to the next question. Why do you think there were friends and family around the speaker? Yes, it was a graduation function. Now, let's move to the next set of questions. Now, you have to fill in the correct answer with a suitable word in the blank that you see in the sentence. Honor and awards are cherished moments in the dash view mirror of time. Can you recall what was there in the speech? Yes, that's the right word. Next one. Many changes are taking dash, but one thing remains the same. Now, recall what was there? Very good. That's the right answer. Place. Let's move to another question. For 70 dash, the Indian Military Academy controlled, trained and guided the enthusiasm. Come on, tell me the answer. Very good. Years. These are simple words, right? Now, here. Let's check if you have written correctly. Now, look at the words REAR and RARE. Now, some of you would have written the spelling REAR, while some others also would have written this word RARE. Right? Now, what is the difference? Who is correct? Who is wrong? Let's check. We have our little snail who is going to help us here. Fine? Yes. Oh, he is stopping at REAR. Wow, that's the right answer. The next word. Did some of you write PLACE and some of you write PLAYS? Let's check then where, oh, looks like our snail is also a little confused like you. Okay, now he is stopping near PLAYS. Let's check if his answer is correct. Oh, wrong. Anyways, while learning we always make mistakes, right? Okay, YEARS, EARS, both of them are ears. He is stopping at YEARS. Yes, let's check if his answer is right. Wow, he is right. Now, didn't I tell you children that we will not make mistakes always? There is always scope for correction and learning. Let's move forward and let's understand why I brought these pairs of words together. Have you heard of homophone? Now, let's see what is a homophone. Homophone is a word that is pronounced exactly or nearly the same as another word, but they differ in meaning and are spelled differently. I shall repeat, homophone is a word that is pronounced exactly or nearly the same as another word, but they differ in meaning and are spelled differently. Now, let's quickly get into doing some activity, a very nice activity. Now, I want you to guess the homophones here, children. Are you alert? Yes. The spelling is different. The first one is RIGHT, while the second is spelt as WRITA. Shall we now go to the next one? Yes. Can you see this? I am sure one is very easy. If you get the second one, the other one will also be very easy for you. Did you get these answers? Yes. If you got these answers, very good. Very good. The first one is a tale, which means a story. The second one is the tail, TAIL, tail. Now, though these words are confusing, there is a slight variation in their pronunciation. The first word here should be pronounced as tail. The second one is pronounced as tail. So, there is A and A sound. So, this is the difference in the, this is the minute difference in the pronunciation of these two words. Do you want to solve another one? Okay, let's go. Check this out. This is a little difficult, right? Did you find it a little difficult? Probably STAIR was not as difficult to find out, but the second one, STARE, was a little difficult for a few of you. So, again here we see that there is a similarity in the pronunciation, but there is change in the spelling of these two words. Let us recall what we heard in the speech some time back. There were lot of words which our Sam Bahadur used. For example, he said, your task, your duty, I see, you are, their trust, their pride. Now, all these are helping us to focus on personal pronouns. Now, let's quickly have a look at the types of pronouns which you have already learnt in your lower class. Just to bring it back to your memory, I am bringing this flow chart here. Demonstrative pronoun, personal pronoun, relative pronoun, interrogative pronoun. Now, we will focus more on the personal pronoun here. Now, before we go to the next activity, I would just want you to sit back and listen to this very, very short poem which you can remember and use this to recall and very easily remember the personal pronouns. Shall we listen to it now?
I, me, you, we, us, they, them, it, he, she, him and her are pronouns that take the place of nouns. Learn them well and use them now. I, me, you, we, us, they, them, it, he, she, him and her are pronouns that take the place of nouns. Learn them well and use them now.
Children, did you enjoy the singing of the poem? Yes. Now look at this table. Let's look at the singular personal pronouns here. In the first person, the subjective case is I, the objective case is me. The second person, both subjective and objective cases are you and you. Third person, subjective case is he, she, it, and the objective case is him, her and it. Okay, let me just stop here. I am sure you already know what a subjective case and the objective case. Now, for those of you who have just forgotten, let me remind you what is a subjective case. It means we use these words I, you, he, she or it in place of a noun which is in the position of a subject in a sentence. The words me, you, him, her and it, we use them to substitute a noun which is in the place of an object. I am sure this simple understanding we will all be able to get. Now, let us move to the plural form. Now, what is the first person subjective case? We. In the objective case, it will be us. The second person, again here as in the singular form, it will be you and you in both the cases. And in the third person, the subjective case and the objective case will be they and them respectively. Let us try to do an activity. Replace the underlined nouns with a subject or an object pronoun. I visit my grandma every Wednesday. Now, you have to do it like this. Now, I have given an example here so that it will be easy for you to do the rest of the sentences that I am going to give you. I visit her every Wednesday. Now, instead of my grandma, I am using her, which is here an object pronoun or an objective pronoun. Look at this sentence. Come on, write it down in your books and try to replace only the underlined words now. The students sing the song. Yes, you have to replace it with they. So, the sentence will be they sing the song. Now, since it is the students, it is a plural form and it is the subjective case. We use they. Now, let us move to the next one. I sent pens to my friends. Yes, can you tell me whether it is subjective case or the objective case here? Yes, I have to insert an objective case. Now, let us check the answer. I sent pens to them. Very good. Are you with me? Yes, let us move to the third one. I go jogging with my son. I go jogging with my son. Good, you have already done it. Fine. Since it is singular form, we will put him. We will put the object pronoun him here. Next, my friends tease me. Good. The right answer is they. They tease me. Do you know Kamala? Now, be a little quick. Come on. I am sure you got the hang of it. Her. Do you know her? Singular form, her. Next, he opens the box. Very good. The right answer is it. See, from writing you started telling it orally. Very good. Now, let us move on. Let us do another activity here. Dinesh is my friend. Dash is a football player, but dash I am not. Now, there are a set of few words here. There are 4 options. You have to select the right answer. We, they, he, I. Now, fill both the blanks using these words. Dinesh is my friend. Good. He is a football player, but I am not. Very good. I suppose you got the hang of this. To the next one. Come on. Look at these boys. Isn't it obvious that dash have played in the rain? She, they, he, I. What are you going to put here? Did you put this? Very good. Look at these boys. Isn't it obvious that they have played in the rain? Dear students, let us now read a small paragraph. Shall we start reading it? I am not going to read it aloud for you. I am going to give a few minutes time for you to read it on the screen. Come on, read it. Your time starts now. Did you finish reading? Good. Now, observe that there are 2 words which have been written in a different colored font. Do you see it? First one is switched off. The next one here is pick up. Now, why do you think I have highlighted these words? Let us see. I am going to introduce you to another concept, the phrasal verbs. Now, what are these phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are combination of 2 or 3 words from different grammatical categories. Now, generally it is going to be a recipe with 2 ingredients. Now, what are those 2 ingredients? A verb and a particle. Now, what do we have to do with this? How do we get a phrasal verb? Now, what we need to do is we need to mix a verb and a particle. The particle refers either to a preposition or it refers to an adverb. So, here let us see when you mix these 2, that is the verb and the particle and you shake it up with little bit of discussion, you will get a phrasal verb. But remember, that is the verb and the particle will lose its original meaning. Just like how when your mother prepares some delicacy at home, you will not be able to find out whether she has put only the wheat or only the sugar. So, you may not be able to separate it, but you will definitely get a different output which you will just love to eat at home. Now, when these two, that is the verb and the particle, are mixed together, you will get what is called a phrasal verb. Now, let us quickly get into some small activities. Now, I want you to see the screen and check this out. Now, we are going to mix a verb plus a particle, look plus down. What do you think is going to be the answer? Very good. Look down is the answer. You are too quick. Now, let us move to the next one. Q plus up. Very good. Q up. Yes. Now, let us take this word take. I have put in here a few of the prepositions. Now, let us see if we can use these in combination in a sentence when it is really required. Now, please remember children that whenever there is a combination of these two, it can change the meaning, which means when we add take with on, it becomes take on. When we add take with off, it becomes take off. But the meaning of take on and take off will be different. Similarly, take over also has a different meaning, while take up also has a different meaning. I would like you to visit your dictionaries very often to find out the meanings or the change in the meanings of these words. Now, let us try to use them in a sentence. Now, you have already used all these words in your previous class. So, I am going to take a very simple example for you here. The plane couldn't dash because of the storm. Now, let us see what should be the word here. It should take the meaning leave the ground and fly. Now, let us check what should come in the blank here. Take on, take off, take over, take up. Oh, there is another sentence here. Let us look into this too. He is going to dash photography in his free time. Shall I repeat it? He is going to dash photography in his free time. Now, what will you write here? Take on, take off, take up, take over. Yes, here in this blank you have to write a word which means start to learn. Now, let us check the answers. The plane couldn't take off because of the storm. Take off here means leave the ground and fly. Now, let us look into the second answer. He is going to take up photography in his free time. Here take up means start to learn. Did you enjoy this? Children, now let us recall whatever we have done in today's class. We listened to a motivational speech. We concentrated and learned about homophones and used them. We also learnt about personal pronouns and phrasal verbs. Are you now ready to take some assignments? Take it down. The next one here, you can write the answers directly in your books. Yes, write this down. Choose the correct answer. Dash have agreed to meet each other every week. Write down the options too. Option A, we. Option B, she. Option C, he. And option D, I. next one. Since the lockdown period, it is dash who has been cooking at home. Option A, I. Option B, me. Option C, they. Option D, we. You can just write down these sentences quickly. You have to use the phrasal verb with come. Come up, come over, come out or come across. Now quickly write it down, children. Shall I dictate it to you? Yes, come on. I may have to cancel our meeting. Something has dash. Here it means happened. So whatever is written in the brackets is the meaning of the phrasal verb. So you have to choose. The second one, please dash this weekend. Yes. Third one, the rain stopped and the sun has dash. The meaning here is appeared. I dash one of my classmates from school today. The meaning should be met. Will you do this? Dear children, let us meet again in the next session where I will give you the answers to these questions. So, without fail, do it and also submit it to your teachers when you go back to your schools during your regular schools. Shall we meet in the next session then? Bye.